And we're live! Hello all, and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I'm here once again with the lovely and talented... Joe Fallak.
The crowd is lively this evening.
Yeah, they're lively. Everyone calm down. We are joined once again by one of my favorite people, Mr. James Schwartz.
Hi, everybody. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
And we have guest star tonight from the podcast Planet Arcana. Please welcome Jay.
That's me.
Listen to that. They love it. They're uproarious. And from the horror podcast or audio drama, Parkdale Haunt, please welcome Emily. And we are here tonight. They love you. And we are here tonight with Twilight of the Lich King, a D&D horror-sounding game. I'm making sort of leaps and bounds about how horrific it's going to be.
I just realized that I have to run this thing and I got panicked.
Yeah, panic it up. But that's okay because this is a lot of our first times playing collectively as a group. So, you know, tonight is also going to be a little bit of an educational stream. So, if you haven't played D&D before and you also want to figure out what the hell it's all about, hang out with us. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have a lot of fun. And, oh, look, they love it. So what's wrong with that? Before we jump in, the news of the day, I should say, a new episode of Dimension Door podcast is out right now. Check it out. Oh man, they're lively. Of course, Emily is from Parkdale Haunt, so make sure you check that out. See if I have a spookier sound. Don't really. Oh wait, I have this one.
Way more spooky.
I'm chilled to the bone.
And Jay from Planet Arcana, check out them. An awesome D&D with 2 DMs, right? That's part of the fun. Retro, futuristic, sci-fi type stuff, right?
That's exactly it, yeah.
That's exactly it. I nailed it in my first
Nailed it.
Crushing it.
And then, of course, our show, which is the Dice Shame. Check out Dice Shame podcast, as well as a Malevolent Tip
Dice
of the Hat.
Shame episode 128 drops tomorrow.
Yeah, I haven't posted it yet, but that will drop tomorrow when I remember to do it after this, as well as Malevolent. I think we're on 103 for patrons, and 21 is going live. I don't know, probably next month or something like that. So check out all that stuff. Lots of good content in a time when we need good content. Am I wrong? We're all kind of searching.
I agree.
Did y'all start when COVID hit, or was everyone kind of... I mean, Parkdale Haunt was pumping along before. Planet Arcana, though, that came out 2021, right?
Yeah, it came out 2021, but I've been playing D&D for 150 years.
Whoa,
and counting.
that old.
Yeah.
Wow, you look so young.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's so nice. It's the D&D.
Keeps you young.
It keeps you young.
Parkdale Haunt actually last day of recording season 1 was like the week before the lockdown of 2020.
No
so yeah, right before.
Was it a tough change? Like, was it to continue on with?
We'd recorded it all and it was all in the can.
Oh, so you didn't have to really.
So we just had to do all of the audio design and actually figure out how to distribute it once the pandemic had started happening.
That's getting to sit on something and going back and forth and all that kind of stuff. There's less pressure and all that kind of stuff. It's done. You get to relax and then, stress over it. We got a lot of people hanging out here tonight. Lars, Eli, Brianna, Carly. Hello, everybody. I know Merlin's watching this on demand, so hi, Merlin. Do you want to give us a quick rundown of the game tonight, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, we are in for a goofy, action-heavy fantasy adventure starring these 4 lovely characters. We're running D&D 5th edition, and we're going to be playing at a 5th party level, so there's going to be a little bit of difficulty. We'll see how it goes.
It's like reading level.
It's gonna be
5th
good.
grade reading level, 5th grade. It's analogous, right?
If you are fans of what we do here at the Invictus stream, and you are unaware, this weekend is Invictus Con.
Yeah.
We are going to have a busy weekend. So we've got Friday night. That's going to be our opening ceremonies starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be running a All-Stars game at 7 until 9 p.m.
In scare quotes. Or air quotes.
I
All-star.
just want us to have basketballs and dribble out onto the court, all
Yeah.
of us with like flashy disco music.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know, it's like the thing. I think I made it up. Never mind, I just wrote it.
I
It's
like
in my
it though,
head.
whatever
Yeah.
it is that you're doing. And then after that, we have a $25 and up Patreon tier cocktail hour. I'm going to put on my false eyelashes for that one.
It's gonna be fancy.
Then starting on Saturday, we have panels going to be hosted by our lovely friend, Mr. James Schwartz.
Yeah, who's right here.
I am literally right in this room.
Harlan, did you want to put up the ads for our panels?
Yeah, I'm like, frantically trying to find them. But
Getting
also,
through the folders.
Jay is going to be joining us on the actual play panel at 9 o'clock
Yeah.
Eastern
Excellent.
Standard Time.
So exciting.
Yeah, I gotta mix up the sound effects, so we'll do crickets.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
No, we'll go with a
Hopefully
death
not.
bell or a horn.
I like
Look at that.
I like the bell.
They're there. We got a wonderful lineup.
Look at the handsome Mike Ashmore, friend of the show.
Handsome
Freaking love
everybody.
Mike.
Yeah.
Just handsome. And then, sorry, continue while I frantically get the other
No,
images.
absolutely. We are going to be also hosting a plethora of community-run games, variety of systems, but these are all going to be RPGs. We've got End of the World, we've got D&D, Call of Cthulhu. People are running Monster of the Week. Go join up on Warhorn, and you can play.
And then we got at 3 the artist panel featuring Carly, Maggie, Lucas, Regan, and hosted by our lovely friend Bobby. And then,
Love you, Bobby.
what's that?
I said, love you, Bobby.
Love you, Bobby. And then, unfortunately, while Emily should be on this, we didn't ask. Instead, we got, for the horror podcast panel, we got Cellar Letters, Out of the Ashes, Whichever Path, and Wake of Corrosion. All amazing people. And then, similarly, we got the lovely and handsome James doing his whole
Yes.
moderating duties. So it's going to be a blast and a half this weekend. That's this weekend.
That's this weekend.
I got to cancel all the other stuff I got going on.
9 p.m. Saturday night, we are having a malevolent question and answer session. Is that correct?
Yeah,
9 p.m.
Q&A for something.
So
And
if
then all
you-
this is free. I want to stress that. So if you like joining games, if you're still itching to get into a game, head to the link on the bottom of the screen that I've just removed. Just rewind. You'll see it. And sign up in any way you want and join the Discord and hang out and chat. Honestly, it's dope because it feels kind of like a convention. We're hanging out in the chat, listening to people. People are setting up side games. People are playing Among Us. Is that still a thing, Among Us? I think that's
Excuse
dead
me.
now, isn't it? Remember when that was really popular for a
Oh,
little
yeah.
while?
Sure do.
it's actually illegal now.
Everyone got into bread baking in Among Us. Yeah,
Just kidding.
They do. But Among Us will be running.
lot,
I want to
it's
play
fun.
some Dread Hunger personally.
Yes.
Emily, have you
a
played
good
Dread
ass
Hunger?
game.
We played what's that spooky game?
No.
We played Phasmophobia with Emily.
Phasmophobia.
the
That's
ghost
great.
hunting one.
Yeah,
Dead body.
where I just
0 stars.
the spooky one. But Dread Hunger is a good game too. I want to keep playing that.
Yeah.
It's got the social
What is it?
deduction.
Dread hunger.
Dread
Yeah,
Hunger.
Dread Hunger. It's got like the social deduction of Among Us, but the survivable aspect of like The Thing meet. I'm explaining it poorly. You know, Google will do better than me. It's a good game though. Dread Hunger is really fun.
I'm still sold on that description.
Good.
Yeah,
Also
you
takes
did
place in
it.
the 1800s. So it's like ships. It takes place on a ship that's locked in like a
Ice locked.
Ice locked. That's the saying, right? Ice locked. We all know what
Fun.
I'm talking about.
There's a glacier that you have to blow up with dynamite, and zombies
Anyway,
can try to kill you.
I would
It's
love
fine.
to, and it's a big. I think it's like 8 or like 10 people or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should play it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it from us. I'm thinking we get into this game because
Shall
I'm
we?
pumped to play.
Did you make credits?
I always make credits. We ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Twilight of the Lich King. Almost forgot the name.
This is it, adventurers. You've made it through the plains of Austral, across the freezing moonrise peaks, and fought hordes of terrifying monsters at every turn, all in pursuit of a singular goal: defeat the Lich King of Shuflaria and retrieve the fabled gem of the knowledge of eternity. Simple enough. You're in a tiny village called Peth. It's a small little fair, 1 or 2 shops, a tiny tavern, and the 4 of you are together having a traditional pre-setting out brew, stealing your nerve before going back into the wilderness on the last leg of your adventure. I see a dimly lit table, the 4 of you sitting around it, cradling your beverages. James, who do we see sitting with us here tonight?
Well, I'm so glad you asked me. You see Squelch, a tiny little goblin boy, perhaps the neatest and cleanest goblin you've ever seen. He has super tiny, beady red eyes, and he's decked out in used to be a very dirty rags, but as he's adventured, he's upgraded to a severely used shirt from a medium person that he met one time and traded a pickle for. Squelch is a lovely little man with a big bag full of stuff, but his most prized possession is his spell book. His spell book, which is titled The ABCs of Being a Wizard. And it is a children's picture book that goes through the ABCs and talks about all the different things that wizards are. Squelch thinks he's a wizard. He is not. Squelch cannot read. But one day somebody threw away this book in the dumpster where he was living, and he started looking at the pictures and was like, oh cool, I want to do that. And turns out he was a fucking sorcerer, so he could after all. But he thinks he's a little wizard, and he loves his little picture book. And that's Squelch.
I love him.
Wow.
Squelch will never die. That's the best kind of plot armor, is just endear yourself to the GM.
Really adorable, and then no one wants to kill
That's right. That's right. All right. The camera pans across from Squelch towards Jay's character. Jay, who do we see sitting beside this goblin?
Ooh, okay. Sitting beside Squelch is a very tall, looks human upon first glance, but the longer you look at him, the more you realize that he's far too handsome and far too good looking to be classically human. He is an ASMR, or ASMR if you're nasty, and I am. He's shirtless except for a little robe that's sort of like hanging off one shoulder, super very long hair, socks and sandals. And the hair is done up into a little half bun at the back. This is Gabe. And Gabe is a totally righteous cleric of the light.
chaotic evil.
I'm stoked to be here.
Sandals and socks. There's no good
That's
alignment
awesome.
there.
This is going to be great.
Fuck yeah, Gabe. Totally righteous. What are you drinking, Gabe? Or are you just
Probably
do you imbibe?
I would imbibe if it was like a kombucha that was totally organic.
Okay. Unfortunately, the town of Peth does not brew its own kombucha, so you might be like relegated to some I don't know, sheep's milk. How do you feel about sheep's milk? Or are you dairy free?
Yeah, is it vegan?
No. Yeah, it is.
Milk?
It's vegan.
Vegan goat
Sheep's
milk. Yeah.
The bartender who served it to you was like, yes, this is vegan milk.
Perfect. I love it. I'll take
Great.
it.
All right, Harlan, you're across the table from Gabe. Who do we see here?
Grathriel Court, or Grath for short, is a 7-foot tall dragonborn, a red dragon. But he's an older gentleman, very old. In fact, as you kind of look over at him, you kind of realize that he might have fallen asleep. He's sort of sitting there with his arms, you know. At first, he's like nodding along to Squelch talking to him. And then eventually you just sort of hear this purr of him snoring underneath. And then he snaps awake and is too proud to admit that he fell asleep. Oh, no, of course I was awake, yeah. Him and Squelch, I think, are pretty damn close to besties at this point. I imagine Grath found Squelch maybe outside, like rooting through a dumpster at the local church.
Yep.
And Grath is like, what are you doing here? Do you need some help? And like, he just sort of pitied him, but also Grath kind of doesn't have much going on. You know, he's like the grandpa that everyone kind of loves and wants to be there. And he's an adventurer, you know, he's talented, but he's also, you know, his mind's a bit going and he's a little bit distracted at times. So he sort of wakens at Gabe's comment. What? Squelch, just make sure you pay our tab this time. And he takes like a long breath and like falls back asleep.
Oh no.
Like casually, like comfortably. It's like comfortable, you know?
No, of course. I mean, it's a rare occasion that you've seen you've got a safe roof over your head, essentially. You've been sleeping hard for the past couple of weeks. So
he found a sunbeam. He's good. He's like...
And right beside Grathriel, who I would imagine takes up the majority of his side of the table, we have Emily's character. Who are we looking at, Emily?
Yeah, well, you might have to look twice before you see me. I am small in stature. I am a halfling named Pip, but you know, glances just tend to go straight off of me. I'm not seen too often, and that's the way I like it, because when I'm not seen, I can steal more things, and that's just. I like money, and I was told there was going to be a lot of money while adventuring with you guys, and so far. Not that much money, so hoping to turn that around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably 3 drinks ahead of everyone, but you can't tell. I'm short, but I can put a lot of liquid in my body.
I like that.
Nice.
Hold your liquor. That's perfect. All right. So yeah, the 4 of you are hanging out at this bar, and the bartender is looking a little bit surly. He's not really sure if you guys are, going to be staying the night, mean to cause any trouble. Adventurers the likes of you are not often found this far into the wilds. And this is the last village before you truly hit the shit, right? We've got spooky forest out ahead of you and kind of hemmed in on all sides. The path only goes into this village. There's no path that leads out. But you fully intend to trek out into the wilderness in pursuit of this Lich King at some point. Is there any preparations that you feel like you need to make, or any sorts of...
So this is like the night before we head out, maybe?
I don't know. When do you guys want to leave?
Yeah, I think we want to leave at first light.
Mm-hmm.
I want a good night's sleep. Grath says, half waking up. And Squelch, you need to rest. You spent a lot of spell slots, as it were, trying to chop that tree with the
I was so close as well. It almost fell over, but it did not. I tried.
I think that was the wind, but yes, I think a room here would be worthwhile. What do you say? And he turns to Gabe.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we're using spells to cut down trees, we might want to look at a different approach. Pip's missing again. Pip.
It's cool. I'm here.
Just like feeling
there you
around.
are. And Squelch goes over and he like grabs Pip's hand and is like, "There, we will not lose you now."
Right.
Please don't touch me.
Look, let's get a room each. I think we've been camping too much together. I think we can spend a little bit of money to make sure that we stay friends.
Excuse me, bartender. Hello. I would like 3 rooms.
4, I
No,
think.
3 rooms, and I would like you to point me to your garbage.
Oh, Squelch, please, you have to stop doing that. Remember,
But
they threw us...
it is warm and safe in there.
But it's also rotten, and you know what? You do you.
It's
3
organic.
rooms is fine. Yeah.
No, it sounds great.
Gabe gets it.
I don't
would
think
you
it's
like to
organic. I
spend night in
smashed cats in
garbage?
like the garbage, and there's like a dead orc in it. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's decomposting. It's so good for the environment.
Decomposting?
Yeah, I think I want a good night rest. Like gear wise, do we have like health I guess we spent money, right?
So if you guys would like, there is a shop in town at which you may spend your hard-earned adventured money. You're all starting off with 150 Gs. So if you
So that'll
feel
buy like 3 health potions.
if you feel so inclined, this is the last stop before you head out. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get 3 health potions.
rock and roll.
I mean, they're a good alternative to like magic. I know Gabe is a cleric.
Yeah.
I think I might have healing. I ended up going with a paladin. And I do have cure wounds as well. So we have 2 healers.
I stocked a lot of healing.
Perfect. But you know what? Healers need healing.
Healers need healing too.
Healer's gonna heal. So yeah, I'm gonna head out maybe before bed. Grath sort of stands up, his 7-foot tall frame, bends around the swinging chandelier over our table, and I think he'll head out to one of the shops and maybe stop and turn and say, "Anyone want to come? I'm going to buy some healing potions, some health potions, whatever they're called here."
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yes, I have some monies that you guys gave me. I don't exactly know how to spend them. Last time I went to the store, they gave me some really good garbage.
Don't give them to Pip again. And Grath arches an eyebrow towards Pip, who's like, I can imagine
you
not
say that
conning
and
Squelch, but,
yeah, you say that and Pip is already over by Squelch and Squelch is just staring staring at Grath and handing Pip more coins.
But they wanted. I have so many.
There's no taxation on friendship. I told you this. And Pip, this money is going to be split regardless of what you take. I am keeping track of how much you borrow from Squelch.
It's not borrow, it's gift.
He loves to give me money.
Look how happy it makes them.
Look,
He's so happy.
If we end up killing this Lich King, there'll be plenty of wealth for everybody. And Grath suddenly says it sort of with a hushed voice. We need to be careful. There are other parties that might think the same as we do. Kings like him sit on mounds of wealth. We will watch our back.
Shouldn't we go and join their parties? Because if you take 2 parties, it's just a bigger party, and big parties are much more fun.
Then we have to split the money, and remember, you only want to give me your money, not other people.
Oh, yes, that is right. Thank you, Peep.
You're welcome.
Grath turns to Gabe and he's like, "It's all right. I'm only giving Squelch 1/3 of it anyway. So by the time it makes it back to Pip, we're evening out."
We're even. Also, we as a group.
Wait, that's not how fractions work. If you're giving him a third, that's more.
Intelligence is -1. That's just dumb.
Same with Gabe.
I'm only giving him half.
Gabe's like, good thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does Pip have intelligence? Because Int is also Squelch's dump staff.
Oh no!
You're the wizard.
I am not a wizard.
No, he thinks he's a wizard. He can't read.
Mechanically, what are you, James?
I'm a sorcerer.
Oh, you are a sorcerer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, great.
Wait,
No,
so what are other people's intelligence?
-1.
-1.
Actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
I use it as my dump. What's Pip's?
+2.
Oh, good. So
All
then
right.
you're the brains.
Okay.
Brains of the operation.
Brains. Mike, I'm a charisma dump, so I'm +4 charisma. So Grath is very charismatic. He's like the old grandpa that you kind of, he talks about the same stories over and over, but you're kind of like, oh fuck, fine, yeah, I want to hear this. Okay, Grath, tell me again. And he's like, well.
Yeah,
and also, he's got a bit of a sad
really
side
giving
because
me money.
he lost his son at some point. He talks about his son a lot. You don't know whether his son died or just is out there somewhere, but there's a longing in him too. He's kind of like a sad old man, but he breathes fire, so it balances out.
Yeah, that's great. It's a old man situation. So you head out of the bar, fully intending to return and get your good night's sleep. But in the meantime, a couple of 100 feet away, I suppose, there's a shop called Zariel's General Goods. And there's a woman who's standing outside. She's sweeping the front. There's a cobblestone path, and she's sweeping it with a straw broom. She watches you approach with kind of a suspicious eye.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone in this town know about the Lich King?
Oh yeah, the Lich King is. The Lich King is known far and wide, and you've traveled far to get here. So these people are definitely beset by the evils from this lair. Okay. She's sweeping and she's watching you.
Do we want to ask questions about the Lich King then? Maybe.
Can we ask the shopkeeper what she knows?
You can
about
ask
the
the
Lich King?
shopkeeper whatever the hell you want.
How are you today?
Yeah.
That's
perfect.
You have one question actually.
My name is Squelch. What is your name?
The name is Zariel. This is my general store.
Pleased to meet you, General Zerial.
And Squelch salutes.
No, Squelch. It's the store.
The store is the general? I did not know stores could do that. Wonderful place you have here. Very good store.
Squelch, go find me a rock. And he takes a step forward. We're wondering if you know anything about the Lich King, something that could help us. We plan to make our way there.
The Lich King. Yes. She makes a sign of protection.
What's that? What is this?
This is a protective sigil.
What are you doing? You look stupid doing it. Why are you doing this? What does this mean?
This is, well, I was told by my father and his father and the mother before that.
3 generations of
This
stupid.
4 generations, actually, if you...
What if we didn't insult the townspeople who might have valuable information for us?
I want to insult all of them.
Everything in the store is 25% more expensive now.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, the Lich King, he has sent his evil minions out to the town over generations. Undead creatures have pillaged, have stolen and killed many of the townsfolk. My family members, yes. She gestures. There are gravestones around, just kind of on people's lawns. It's kind of grim.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a bad energy, I think, for your shop. I would consider maybe moving like the gravestones a little bit further away or moving the shop a little bit. Just like the vibe in here is like a little off.
Moved the gravestones but left the bodies?
There are these like dangling like little sculptures and things made of wood in all the windows of the shop and in the doorway that you would understand to probably be placed there for some protective measures. They're all this.
Sticks.
It's fingers crossed like sticks.
It's just like human fingers, like severed.
So in this culture, do you bury your goods with your dead?
Oh, Jesus. This came from Let's Not Upset the Town people?
It's just an honest question.
It's not pissing them off if they don't know we stole from their graves.
We are a humble village, and if we were to bury our belongings with the dead, we would have very little left.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I love learning about new culture.
We have a quest here, Pip. Let's stay focused. Look, tomorrow morning we leave for the Lich King. How far
She's
away?
like, do you sell shovels here?
Yeah. How deep do you bury them? How far is the Lich King? Do you think we could walk, or do we need cars, motorbikes?
Totally, yeah.
Those eagles that flew Frodo.
The Harley Davidson dealership is just down the path.
The Guardians of Ga'Hoole. That's a thing, isn't it?
I don't know what that means.
It's that Zack Snyder movie with owls that Carly loves.
Yep.
I'm gonna trust you on that one. She's like, yeah, I've never been there. I hear legend tells that it is through this spooky forest past the stinking wastes, and then you shall find the Lich King's lair. Follow your nose.
Welch will love that.
Yeah.
What?
He'll never leave.
Never leave. Never. Nope. Always staying with you guys forever. Yes. This was deal when you took Squelch from garbage.
Yeah, I apologize. I say to Gabe and Tip. Is there anyone in town that would know anything about the Lich King? Anyone who might have fought him before?
All who go to fight the Lich King fail to return.
Ah.
Righteous.
Maybe because something's better there.
It could be, or more likely, they perish. Terribly and painfully.
Yes,
Are you going?
That
Do you
going
plan?
to church is painful.
Do you plan to make a foray out into the spooky forest and subsequent stinking wastes? Is this your plan?
Wastes.
It is our destiny? Seems a bit strong, doesn't it? Oh, yeah?
No, no.
It is our
right on.
destiny. Yeah. And I prop Gabe. Yeah. I try to. Oh,
Yeah.
Then-
We
This
missed
is what
4
you
times in a row.
kids do.
Intelligence
Where are you?
is directly tied to depth perception.
Look at my elbow. Just look at my elbow.
Look at
It
the elbow,
doesn't
look at
work.
the elbow.
It's only if we're high-fiving. Yeah, I mean, that's all. I'm going to buy some health potions,
Cool.
and then I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
I
Health
wanna-
potions.
I want to
Anyone else?
party.
No?
Can I buy health potions, but can we reflavor them to be kombucha?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank
She makes kombucha, but it's
no, they
her
lie.
private
They just
stuff.
lie. They're like, yeah. It's like the same
Totally.
thing. It's like, do you have health potions? Yeah. And then you're like, do you have kombucha? Brings it down, brings it right back up. This one's kombucha.
So what
on,
they do
yeah,
is they pull out the potions that have been sitting there a long time, and so they already have like the fungal mold starting to grow inside, and you're like, oh yeah, that's
Oh.
the SCOBY.
These
Oh, yeah.
ones.
Scopes.
The mother.
Scope it up. Yeah, absolutely righteous.
Can I use Squelch's money to buy myself potions?
It depends. Are you stealing from Squelch?
No, I'm asking nicely.
Okay.
I
That's
will
up to
squelch. People, listen. I do not understand money or counting, so I would like you to help me spend my monies. And for payment, I will give you money. Squelch would like 1 potion, some ball bearings, some caltrops, some rope, a torch, a backpack, a bell. And then you guys keep telling me I need to brush my teeth because they are so dirty. So if you could give me some soap and a paintbrush, then I will be able to brush them with the soap.
They're only dirty because you keep eating shit you find on the road. I didn't ask you to brush your teeth, Squelch. I asked you to stop eating horse shit.
Literal dirt.
I don't
It's
know.
an easy fix.
It is yummy, so this seems like fair compromise. And you can have rest of money.
Thanks, I guess.
Thank you.
Sounds
It's
good.
gonna cost $150.
Yeah, it's literally 150. I don't know. James, did you figure out how much that costs?
Yeah, I did.
Is it $149.99?
50, yeah.
It's 170 gold.
It's like 47 gold.
Cool.
Oh yeah. So you can-
So you get 103 change
sweet.
back from your 150 gold dollar bill.
But Grath sees this and he like kind of like raises an eyebrow at Pip. In-party stealing doesn't go over well with Grath, especially from
Not
Squelch.
stealing. I
Who's
asked
such a
nicely.
sweet soul.
I just asked nicely. How is that stealing? It's
That's
above
a-
board.
Did you want
Pip, you
some of my
know.
money too, Graf? I have
No,
some.
it's yours.
Okay, do you want the ball bearing? There's so many in this little bag.
Okay, I'll have one. Sure.
There you
He
go.
Eats it.
That's
Not
gonna be the
timeline.
difference between life and death for Grath. Later on in the episode, you're gonna be like, "I have this one ball bearing."
Yeah, he puts it in his cheek even. So if we get like tied up, I can spit the ball
Whoa.
bearing at the guard who comes and he slips. And
Safe.
Beautiful.
I've already solved the mystery of how we get out of our bonds when
We'll
we're
skip that one.
Just fast forward through. But yeah, Grath, I think, heads to bed.
Pip, do you want to buy anything with all this money? You're just pocketing it all.
I don't know. Maybe some healing potion.
Great.
Oh shit, new people. Hey, Nathan's from
healing-
Reckless Attack, I think. Isn't it?
Healing potion is 50 gold a piece, so go hog wild. You guys finish your shopping, say goodbye to the spooky shopkeeper, and then you head to bed. Sounds good.
Spooky.
I mean, she wasn't like super unspooky.
She wasn't like, there's a witch in these forests.
No.
I guess she was
I
like,
don't know. I
"There's a
found her
lich in
voice
these forests."
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
She had good energy. I leave my number.
She pockets it. She winks at you. You guys spend an uneventful night. It's actually very relaxing. And you wake up the next day refreshed with the full benefits of a long rest.
Nice. Yeah, typical old person. I wake up like really, really early too. Go to bed early, but wake up at like 5. And then I'm like judgmental why everyone else isn't up. like he's scoffing at the bar, being like talking to the bartender who's like barely
Bartender's
awake.
not up at
Yeah,
5.
they're just like, no, he woke them up. And they're like clumsily cleaning a glass, and he's like, and it's just you need to get an early rise on it, and then he sees them walking downstairs.
Good morning, Mr. Graf. How are you sleep today?
I slept well, very well.
You
Ready
slept
for
in a
blood.
well, but you had a room. Telling
And how
me
did
not
you
to
sleep, Squelch? How was the garbage?
Oh,
I
it
noticed
was
there was a lot of
wonderful.
eggs on top.
It was. They were very good for Squelch's complexion. Sucked off
yeah.
all the dirt, and at the very bottom of garbage was nice warm pool of something.
Very good.
It's really great that you can live your truth like that.
Yes.
Thank you,
Just
Peep.
don't bring it on to us because
Oh
Unless
no,
it's Scoby. Is it
that would
Scoby?
give disadvantage to stealth
is
checks.
is squishy like Scoby, so maybe.
I'm taking it.
Awesome.
Squelch,
You head-
Squelch hands you a small jar of mystery fluid.
Nice.
Let's add that to your inventory.
I
and-
shall.
Yay!
You've collected the mystery goo.
If
The four
party
of you-
stop eating garbage, that would be
Never stop eating garbage.
Cool. I'll take point probably, unless does anyone have any advantages of traveling in terms of
I have good wisdom, so I have good perception.
passive? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
My passive
Then I'll
perception
hang-
is 14.
Mine is. It's just 10 plus whatever my perception is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 0. So no, mine sucks.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, never mind. I'm normally playing another character, so I will not take the lead. I will take the middle.
Brave.
Yeah.
So the four of you head out into this forest. It's very crowded, lush, but spooky, as I mentioned earlier. The canopy is full of these spider webs, and the deeper you get into the forest, the more the sunlight is prevented from reaching the depths. So it becomes dim. There are these silent creepers that hang from every tree, and a range of dark-colored flowers speckle the forest floor, blues and purples. They're unique to this region, things that you've never seen before. Otherwise, it's a brown and green canopy and forest floor. You do hear the sounds of animals in the trees here. You're not all alone. So there's, bird calls and the occasional bellow of some animal trying to escape a predator, perhaps. You travel for a number of hours, the four of you. It's hard going between these trees. Dense forest, as I said.
Yeah, are we keeping... I guess I should get dice, eh? I'm like suddenly looked around my desk. I'm like, oh.
Fuck. So we've got... who's in point? This is what we call a marching order. So, what kind of orientation are you traveling throughout the forest?
I think it makes sense for me to go first because I have disadvantage on stealth, so later on I won't be going first, but I do have really good perception.
Excellent. Love that.
Yeah, I think I'd probably be next because I have a lot of health, I think. Yeah, so if something happens, I'm beefy. I can be up front.
I feel like the party wants Squelch to be in back to help keep an eye on Pip. But Squelch, being the great kind guy that he is, when Pip is like, no, Squelch, you go ahead. Squelch is like, okay. So
Squelch
I think
can be on my shoulders if he wants.
Oh, that's fun.
that's
Actually,
adorable,
you're a size smaller than Grathriel, right? Squelch?
Oh, yeah.
You're a small creature and
Yeah,
Grath
so he's
is
just like
medium.
on my
so
shoulders.
You can ride him.
Like looking
Sweet.
around as I'm like walking. Through.
Great.
Every once in a while, I do an extra bounce for you.
I love it when one party member uses another party member as
As a
a
steed.
mount.
yeah.
Pip, you're more than welcome. Huh? Huh?
good. Thanks.
Are you sure? Think about it.
That's true, actually. Pip is small. Great.
I am large.
Love that.
Let's have a no touch policy. How about that?
Fair. So Pip, you're at the back then?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool.
As you're heading through this forest, I would like everyone to please make a perception check. So essentially, we're rolling our d20, and then if you have a perception skill, you can add that modifier, the plus whatever. If you don't, you're just going to add your wisdom score.
Wait, okay.
Mhm.
So I would add my wisdom score to
D20 roll.
D20 roll.
Yep.
Okay. That's it.
That's all you got.
Unless it says perception plus, like if it says +3 perception, then you do that instead. Which I would guess you probably
I
would
have
want.
senses, passive, perception, 17.
Whoa, fuck me then.
That's good.
You have great passive perception.
So
So
way better
essentially,
perception than I do.
Does that
that's
do
it.
anything for me?
you see all.
Yeah, so basically your passive perception means, it's typically on a scale of sort of 1 to 20, it means like how good you are at perceiving things just while you're working. Like while you're walking, and if 20 is the best, 17's like damn high. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
wow. Look at
yeah.
me. Okay.
As opposed to like actively looking for
Which
something.
makes sense because you're a rogue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like always looking for that angle. always
Anyone get
trying to-
higher than Pip?
I did not. I got 16.
Also
Yep,
got a
same.
16.
Whoa.
Hey, look at that!
16 triplets? So fun. So Pip sees this before the three of you, but only like 3 seconds before the three of you see this. So like, y'all are aware, but not quite together because Pip's just has a little
Pip
leg
lets us
up.
know that they saw first.
Pip's like, ah! And then you guys are like, ah! Let me get to the thing that you see. Through the trees, you become aware that you are being watched by a face, a knotted face, almost hidden within the bark of a large tree up ahead that is observing the forest all around it. Has these amber-colored eyes, and there are twisted arms of vines and branches that drag down on the ground and pierce the loamy floor with roots. And there's
Treebeard?
this creature just hanging out in this forest glade.
How far away are we from
I
it?
don't know
You're
if that tree's a tree.
you're about 60 feet away.
What?
When Pip
what
says that, I
town-
stop.
What
Yep.
town did we all meet in?
Peth.
Peth?
No, you guys met like a long time
we
ago.
met
Yeah.
You've been
in
traveling
What was the name of our
together.
town?
Sklorbold.
Yep.
Oh God, hell yeah!
With a D on the end.
Sklorbald?
Sklorbold.
Great.
Floorball.
Sklorbold.
It's-
We all thought it was something different. Like it's actually called like something with an S and something
It's a
with a C.
coastal town. It's actually a city, coastal city
Yeah.
of Sklorbald.
Sklorbold.
It's a DT at the end.
A DT.
Sklorbold.
A TD. A
Sklorbold.
TD. Sklorbold.
Perfect.
It's like German.
Well, now that I have that information, Squelch will climb on top of Garth's head, and balance and say,
Greetings, great creature. My name is Squelch, Chief Wizard of Scorebolt, and we are here to save you.
there's a big pointy toothed grin.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing in a hero pose.
Mm-hmm.
Pip
This
is really embarrassed and just like pulls
I think
their head up.
Grath is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This tree creature blinks its great eyes slowly and looks at the four of you approaching from this distance. Welcome, I suppose, Chief Wizard.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
He doesn't speak on behalf of all of us. Just, we don't know if you need saving yet.
I am overall fairly content with my lot in life. What brings you to the spooky forest, TM?
Is that really its name? Spooky
No, I
Forest
didn't.
TM?
I didn't fucking name this forest.
You,
Hold on.
you named it something. I didn't
Forest
write it down,
is generate names.
though. You said it was something.
No, I don't want that.
I can't remember.
That's a stupid name. Forest of Sizicini.
Sashimi.
Mm-hmm.
I
like
think I like
sashimi.
Spooky Forest TM.
It's like sashimi and tzatziki with like a little bit of extra S's in there.
People in the chat are accusing me of reusing NPC voices.
You do.
And to them, I have to say,
That's called being
It's
a
called
DM.
DMing.
what you got?
Called
What you
DMing,
got? You want to fight me? Get over here.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I have a pretty high persuasion if we need it, but I'm happy to just chill for a second and let someone else talk. But if we want something, I'm happy to step in.
Pip, take this guy.
I got
Take
nothing
'em.
to persuade people.
Get him!
Unless
You
we're
want to fight this
straight
tree?
up- unless we're straight
I
up
mean, if,
fighting
if
right
no
now.
one is gonna talk anymore, Squelch
No,
is
no,
just
I
gonna
think
keep
Pip.
going.
I think, like getting information is vital. So
Yeah.
especially because Emily, this is your first time. I think take the lead and see if you can get anything from this thing to see what's up.
Okay.
Just don't kill it.
Or
Or
do.
don't try to kill it because I don't think we're gonna kill it. It seems big.
Great. So we heard that there was a stash of cash around here. Are we going in the right direction?
stash of cash. Do you mean gold, gems, magic items, and the like?
That's the one.
That's the bell in Squelch's head, realizing that we're doing this on this. He's like, "That's what we're here for." Oh, the light goes on.
All manner of valuable items are hoarded by the karate witches of the wastes, and then they are paid as tribute to the Lich King. So I
karate
suppose
witches.
if you are looking for valuables, yes, you are on the right track, adventurers.
Are the karate witches friendly?
If you are interested in their valuables, I would say not.
What if
It
a
blinks
really
its
nice?
great eyes at you.
No. Okay.
If you're super nice, no.
Sorry, this tree thing said that people pay tribute to the.
This band of witches, yes, pays tribute to the Lich King.
What do they give as tribute typically?
I suppose the riches, largely
Just gold, though.
just gold and stuff.
Do they ever gift, say, warriors or people who might protect the lich?
They themselves are in allegiance with the evil creature. Yes. They
Gra-
protect the surrounding lands and funnel would-be adventurers towards his kingdom.
Okay.
I stay out of
Oh,
it
they-
mostly, being that I am stationary largely. Yes.
Do you need some water?
I would fucking love a drink, my man.
Cool.
And Squelch will go into his bag and he'll pull out his water skin and just
Do
You
in
don't
your
want that
mouth or
water.
on-
You don't want that water.
do you
And he
want it
hands Squelch
in
his.
your mouth or on your pants?
Oh, on the pants.
Squelch's
please.
water is thick. He like pours it. It's like
There
Yeah,
you go.
You pour some water down on this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So his limbs kind of like shiver and shudder, and a rain of leaves falls down on you. And from the upper branches, you are rained on, I suppose, by a number of different kinds of items. There are
What?
some strange shells that fall from this creature's limbs, as if there had once been subterranean. What am I thinking of? Underwater creatures.
like mollusks.
Like long ago, this area had been underwater, and these are like fossilized shells.
Cool.
And among
so
them,
neat.
there are a couple of like fish skulls, and then there are two lovely opal gems that land in the loam at your feet.
I will be taking those. Thank you.
Just run over and grab the shiny things.
as all of this is happening, Squelch in his excitement is going to run around with his arms in the air, flailing, going through all of the leaves, having a
Good.
just fucking blast.
Can I approach the tree and just be like, "Hey, did we get your name?"
Oh, me? My name?
If you don't have one, that's fine. Names are a social construct, and I understand that you're not part of any society
My
necessarily.
name is
I don't want to assume.
Earl
Earl.
Lamb.
Earl of Tree.
Earl Lambkins.
Earl.
Wow.
The tree.
Righteous.
Right, what it was long ago.
Wait, what? Did you?
I was once a merman, yes.
Oh my god, that sounds
And
like
I
a
was-
story.
Yes, it's a
Story we
long
don't have
tale.
time for, but I'm sure an interesting one nonetheless. Right.
Ah, I long for the sea.
Is there any other information you can give us about dealing with this Lich King?
No.
Cool.
Well,
Hey, when
thank
was the
you.
last time? When was the last time an adventuring group came through to like see the Lich King?
Good question.
Very good question. Yes. It was about 10 days ago. So your presence here is not uncommon. The likes of you.
Did you give them opals too, or is that kind of like a special
I
thing for
didn't.
us?
Most people don't try to help me out and give me water. They just assume that I got it figured out by
Well,
now.
that is rude of them. And I know that all of this stuff just fell out of your hair, but do you want me to put it back?
No.
Okay.
No, this
Is there
is all
more-
for you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You are a good friend of Squelch, Grand
He
Wizard of
reaches down with
Warble.
a vine-laden limb and just rubs you on the back a little bit.
Oh, thank you. This is nice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's what's up.
So Meta, to clarify,
Yep.
you said the witches, they herd people towards the Lich King as tribute to like die or
Yeah.
to meet the Lich King?
As fodder for the Lich King's
That's what I
evil
thought.
purposes.
Okay, so one play is if we run it across the Witch King or the witches to let them take us there type thing.
Could do.
I'm wondering if, because they mentioned tribute, I'm thinking like Trojan horse type thing, which we'll call the Grath horse, where we have a large ornate gift that we all hide in, and when the Lich King gets dropped off, we all pop
It's
out.
just like a bunch of adventurers in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Like that.
No, it's more
There is
complex
fable
than that.
tale of this from my people where we
We'll
come.
carve open this tree in front of us.
No, he is
Just like-
friend.
No,
Pull
his
out all
pants.
the innards. and-
Earl
yeah.
screams. It's an unearthly sound.
My sap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what if we tried to do some reconnaissance before just like
Yeah.
letting the witches
Hey.
take us directly?
Yeah, and I think Grath maybe turns to you, Pip, and he's like, maybe we can convince this tree to let you climb it. See if you can get a bit of a bird's eye view of the forest ahead.
That's a great idea.
I would offer, but I'm 7 foot tall and like 250 years old or some shit. No, I think they only live to be, no, he's like 76, because they're like pretty much human age.
Yeah, but you say you're much older than you are just to
he
get the
just lies.
respect.
Just to get respect. I'm 3,000 years old.
That's right.
It gets higher every time. Me, a 6,000-year-old dragon. You want me to do it? My 10,000 years doesn't do anything for me. Every time it just gets
This is why Squelch hasn't learned numbers yet.
yeah. Doesn't mean anything.
Pip, I do have boots of levitation, so I'm going to throw this out there. I can lift you up above my head and I can levitate and we can go as high as we can and I can get you like super high into the tree if you're interested.
Well, maybe I can just try to climb the tree first.
Yeah, righteous.
Maybe-
levitate. if Earl, if that's okay with you, could I take a little scamper into your branches?
Yes, for sure. No problem. So, in order to figure out whether you are able to climb, we're going to have you make an athletics check with advantage. So, what that means is you're going to roll 2 d20s or just roll the same one twice. You take the higher number
Okay.
and then add your athletics modifier to that.
So what's my athletics modifier?
It'll be listed under your skills or abilities near the top of your sheet.
Does acrobatics count?
Acrobatics is kind of more like doing flips and shit. Athletics is like climbing, swimming, jumping.
And shit.
Okay.
Do you
I
have...
see no athletics.
Okay, so you would add your strength modifier instead.
Okay. So I have strength, which is like 10, and then in brackets it says +0.
Great. So you're just doing it straight up and down d20 rolls. But because Earl is going to be helping you, well, I'm going to give you advantage to the climb. So just roll 2 d20s or one twice and take the higher number.
Okay. 17
Hell yeah.
and 16.
17's going to do it. Yeah, you
Nice.
scamper up into the tree with very little problem, and you gain access to the upper canopy of this forest. Earl Lambkins is much taller than many of the other trees in the area, and you are afforded a clear view. Looks like directly to the north of you, the trees begin to lose their green and brown leaves, and a foul fog starts to cover the landscape. There are craggy rocks sticking up here and there, and like you see like a little flock of gross looking birds off in the far, far distance. And you would presume that these are the stinking wastes.
Gross birds.
Hate birds.
These ones especially are despicable. You'll see.
No, I've always enjoyed the birds. They are extremely
worst.
crunchy.
They hate dragonborns. The racist birds. The worst kind.
It is okay, Grath. I know you like being tallest, but sometimes you need to let Pip be tallest.
It's not about being tall, he says, and then like kicks a rock.
There, Grath. And he like pats your ankle.
I don't want to be privy to these witches. I'm wondering if there's a way we can try to avoid them. Earl, is there any particular area of the forest or path that they follow?
Not that I know of.
All right.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. You're doing your best.
Don't
Listen,
like to mess with them. I'm
no,
just...
I totally get it, honestly. We're just... If the last group you saw was 10 days ago, I want our odds to be better than what they are right now. Cool. All right. Let's ice this sucker. No, let's just keep moving, I guess. Right?
fucking burn this tree to the
Kill
ground.
it now.
Thanks for nothing, mister. And then...
Thank you very much, friend. If we survive, I will come back and give you some more of that yummy, yummy liquid.
Cool.
You mean water?
Yes, some water.
Squelch. All right. And I like turn around so Squelch can climb up my back. And then, yeah, I guess we continue heading north or south or whatever direction.
As Pippin has instructed...
No, Pip.
Sorry, as Pip... Fuck. Sorry.
It's not Pip.
It's not Pippin. As Pip has instructed, you head to the north. And as you travel, Pip, with your lovely passive perception of 17, you begin to hear noises in the undergrowth of the forest, as if there are creatures surrounding you on all sides.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
This is not a good sign.
All right.
I trust you. I cannot see signs.
I'm going to quickly raise my shield.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, Pip, I'm assuming you say that to us, right?
Yes, there are things all around us. This is not a good sign, guys.
Yeah. I think Grathriel instinctively, like, raises his shield, kind of get ready.
But also
gets
be
ready
cool,
to
man. Be cool.
Dodge.
Gonna drop you down on a map now, folks. That's right.
Oh, no.
We're using a
love me a
virtual
map.
tabletop.
What the hell's a map?
Everybody roll for initiative.
Oh.
So, rolling for initiative, you are going to make a d20 roll, and then if you have initiative listed on your sheet, you're just going to add that number there, or if you do not, it's going to be just a dexterity roll.
How do I make these things smaller again? These things at the
So
bottom.
if you go over, there's a little sidebar with those 3 lines. Yep, click that. Go to audio and video.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it should be
Video
video display, and then change that over to name zone. There you go.
Bingo.
Brilliant. Thank you.
All right, folks. Harlan, what'd you get for your inish?
That's a 2 plus -1. That's a 1.
Yay!
I didn't even know.
Natural one.
Not actually natural,
Oh, man.
but just a 1. Not natural.
Great. What about Gabe? Gabe, what'd you get?
19, surprisingly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Together we make a 20.
Yeah.
Pip, what's your niche?
Okay, so I rolled 13,
Great.
and I don't have initiative on here.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
you know what? I pulled up your sheet so I could help you.
Would there
That's
be anything-
genius,
oh,
Harlan.
yes,
You know what,
thank
Harlan? I'm giving you inspiration for helping
Ah,
Emily.
thank you. Okay.
Squelch, what'd you get for your initiative?
Squelch got 12.
Okay.
So your initiative is +4. So whatever you rolled, +4.
Minus?
Nope, just +4.
Squelches it.
Oh, mine is. I think I said minus.
I thought so too. No, plus.
Right, so
No.
mine is 13 plus 4.
Yep. So
Okay,
17.
cool. All right, 17.
Nice.
All right, Gabe, you're going to start us off. You are all alerted to the fact that there may be some creatures surrounding you in the undergrowth, though you're not currently able to see them. What would you like to do?
Is it an action to look? To
No, the
perceive?
way some people like to play it some ways. I like to call it a free action to do ability checks within reason during your turn. So you can just do that freely.
I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna
Great.
use my hot eyes.
Ooh, hot
Okay.
eyes.
Special ability.
And I did get a 21.
Hey!
Whoa.
All right. I'm going to drop these fools onto the map.
Oh, baby.
You detect around you, when someone says surrounding you, there are 4 green dragon wormlings.
Oh my god.
So these are medium-sized creatures in the context of D&D. They are of dragon origin, but they're like little babies.
Oh.
And they are stealthing around in the undergrowth, and that's what you perceive with your 21.
Okay. Do we think that like these things are adorable, but is there like mama dragon coming up? I don't know. I'm gonna panic cast bless on everybody.
Okay, panic casting. I like
Oh,
that.
Nice. I love that.
So everyone gets a plus D4 to all their rolls.
Whoa.
Okay, so far these creatures are just surrounding you, basically. Gabe has blessed the party, and do you point out their location to everyone, Gabe, or are you keeping that to yourself? Don't know what your style is.
I think like a little drunk off the kombucha that wasn't supposed to be alcoholic, but it's old.
For sure is, though.
And so I think I like kind of clumsily just kind of like turn around and be like, there, no, whoa, over there. And then I slowly but surely point out all of the dragonlings, wormlings.
Excellent, yes. Pip, it's your turn. What would you like to do, Pip?
Oh, I was just giving you advice.
Okay.
Do you want to... are you the aggressor in this situation? Do you want to defend? You want to get more information? Do you want to... just what do you feel like doing? What does Pip want to do? He was told that there are some creatures surrounding him.
I mean, what if they're nice though?
You could talk to them.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just cast your voice out and hope for a good response.
Yeah. That's, they sound like they might be cute. Like, I don't know. What if we don't need to fight at all?
Yeah.
I love it.
I like that.
So you just say, hey guys, what's up? It's
Yeah,
your
I
turn.
do.
I love it. Squelch, what do you do?
Joe,
Yeah?
we never talked about this, and it makes it so much better. Squelch is going to lift up his little robe and show his tummy, where the party sees a bunch of hard green dragon scales, because Squelch is a draconic green sorcerer. And so he'll lift up his little robe and he will go in draconic, because he can speak that. Hello, siblings. We are friendly. How are you today?
It's good.
All right. I want you to...
I understood that as well.
Oh, yes. We
I'm
have
a
multiple
dragonborn. I was
people
like-
speaking
That's why we
Draconic.
connected, I guess. That's why me and
Yeah,
Squelch
yeah.
are buddies.
I love
See,
that.
they might be friends.
Then they eat Squelch.
Yeah, for sure.
Who knows?
I want you to roll persuasion with advantage, please.
Ooh, okay. I can do that. I can do that really freaking well. Natural 19 for a total of 24.
Ooh, yeah.
Right. Any other actions on your turn?
No, Squelch is pretty happy just showing off his belly scales.
All right. It is the dragonlings' turn. One by one, they all scamper out from their hiding places in the undergrowth,
Uh-oh.
and they surround you further. The one that is closest to you. Where's your guy? There he is.
Yeah, holding the
So
pickle.
this one in the rear here approaches you with its neck sort of slung low, looking up at you with its great silver eyes. And in a surprising voice, in Draconic, it says, "We are hungry. Hello, brethren, sibling, maybe, maybe not. Have you any sustenance?"
Yeah, I think so. And Squelch will kind of. Can we break out of initiative for this? Is it? Or do
It
we
depends.
still go?
Grath, do you want to take an action after you see this happen and you hear them speak as well?
Yeah, kind of. Because I'm worried that, like, what kind of food do you actually mechanically have? Like rations?
Yeah.
Or do you have, like, create food and
Rations,
water?
some garbage. I don't have create food and water.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might not be enough to satiate 4 starving drakes versus 4 food, 4 meals.
Food bags?
So if it's my turn, if they've been paused,
That's what's up.
cool. I'm going to cast command as an action.
Okay.
And I'm going to speak to the one, because I also speak Draconic, and now I know they speak Draconic. So I'm going to cast a spell. So I point at the one in front of Squelch.
Yep.
And I am going to command it. So I'm going to speak one word to the creature, and it has to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And the DC is 15.
Here we go. 13.
Perfect. So I'm going to say, leave, in a very commanding voice. And I'm happy to goose it with intimidation. If you
What's
like.
the text of the spell?
You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom save or follow the command. No effect on the undead if it doesn't understand your language, or if the command is directly harmful to it. So none of those apply.
A small cloud of acrid smoke exits this creature's nostrils as it starts to back up, hissing at you, Grath. But it does. It retreats into the undergrowth, followed by its companions.
Nice.
All right, we can drop out of initiative now. You have successfully convinced these creatures not to tangle with you for now. Good job, everyone.
Yay.
First encounter.
Squelch was still digging in his bag, and as he comes back up, he's holding a half-eaten pickle from his pickle stock, and he goes, "How about? Oh, they left, didn't they? Well, I will just leave this here for them if they come back."
I was going to say, I was like, regardless, I think we should do both. Like, I still think feeding them is smart.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to bet on just that. So I was like, let's get them to fuck off, and then we can leave whatever. And Grath will also go into his bag and, like, pull out his old man rations. He's like hard candies. And, like,
Oh, God. You just have, like, dry
Werther's.
oatmeal.
Yeah, Werther's...
Nature's Valley Bar. The
Just
crumbliest.
Yeah.
It's just nothing but crumbling. Just he's dumping it. Yeah, but he'll put some rations down as well too.
Awesome.
And then he'll sort of nudge Pip and be like, "Good job on spotting them. That gave us the advantage. Otherwise, we would have been attacked."
Do you guys think I will turn into one of them when I am older?
Yes. What'd you say, Pip? I missed what you said.
Oh, sorry. I think it was Gabe who spotted them.
Oh, was it?
It was a combination.
I
Oh,
don't think
sorry.
so.
I thought it was. I can't. Either way.
Maybe.
I'm proud
Gabe
that-
who saw the location. I think I saw them coming out.
I'm proud that everyone was on the same page vis-a-vis nonviolence, because often you'll have someone who's like, "Fuck it, I'm going in," and like just starts stabbing. You know.
Well, it's
It
always
just
good
sounded
to.
cute.
Yeah.
If you
They
make them
were
sound more
cute.
menacing, then no. Then
Oh, so
everyone
it's
would
my
attack.
fault.
It's your fault
my
that
fault.
the encounter went the way you wanted.
That's
Yes.
right. Awesome. Okay, great job, everyone. So you continue your trek through this spooky forest, and night comes on. You are at the edge of the stinking wastes. You can tell because of how stinky it is.
Smells
Do you-
like home.
Do you want to proceed into the swamp, or would you like to make camp here?
Well,
How long
What
have we
time of day
been
is it?
traveling for? Yeah.
like a solid 10 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like coming up on like 6 p.m.
I love how everyone collectively went,
Oh.
oh my God.
And you didn't even really stop for lunch either. It was like a walking lunch.
Sorcery. Do you have Liamon's tiny hut?
No.
No, he's not a whiz.
I don't know.
No, I went through and I looked at all of the spells in the player's handbook that I had access to on D&D Beyond. So,
and then you
I did
picked
not
them
see that one.
randomly in the
I
nature of Squelch.
I sort of meta picked my spells. I did not
for
think about camping.
Acid
Yeah,
breath or whatever.
A
the
is for
fuck. Acid arrow.
Cool.
I guess that would be M for Melf's acid arrow.
Yeah. Are there like trees around
Milf.
us? Sorry?
Nothing. Sorry.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said Milf's acid arrow instead of Melf.
Milf's acid arrow.
Yeah, it's the ABCs of being a wizard, redacted edition, and it's just smut. It's a smut book written like a children's story.
It's like the lusty draconian.
It's like
what's that?
those illustrated manuscripts that monks make, but instead of like the beautiful gold inlay, it's just a bunch of naked humanoids like fucking in the margins.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's like the Kama Sutra.
Here for this.
But goblins.
Here for it and subscribing to it
Subscribe and
and purchasing.
alerted.
5
5
spells
stars.
aside,
Would read again.
are the trees around here still as big as Earl?
No. So the trees, as you have progressed closer and closer to the border of this swamp, are getting stunted and sickly. The leaves are turning to red and purples, occurring in these sparse patches. So the closer that you get to this swampland, the more so the ground is getting softer, and there are these bogs that are popping up here and there.
Okay. Is there any sort of... Can I do a perception roll maybe to see if there's any sort of natural outcropping of rocks, either something that we can try to get on top of or something that we can sort of hide against to give us at least one less area that we could be attacked from while we camp?
Definitely, yeah. roll
Before you
perception.
do, I'm going to do this motion and I'm going to cast guidance on you.
Fuck yeah!
I
Party
love this
down.
guy.
I love it. Hang loose, man.
Hang loose.
What's
Add a d4.
That's it. Thank you.
Oh my God, Colin just posted Melf's acid arrow. Thank you. With the ring of the grammarian. While wearing this ring, you may change one letter in a spell name to another to create an entirely new spell. See, that's what I did on the fly.
Yeah, you did it. You did it.
Fucking great.
Accidentally. That's a 16.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you find? It's like a rocky
Yeah,
safe
I think we
place.
find sort of like a smaller Pride Rock, where it's like got a little jetty out, but like enough that we can either camp under or camp on top of.
You hold up
depending
Squelch.
Yeah.
You say everything the light touches.
I do not like this. Squelch is very high up.
Everything the swamp gas touches is yours to
Yeah.
play and shit in.
You
Don't take it with you.
Squelch is now king.
Yes, king of this shithole.
Yeah, you
Built it
find
up. It fell into the
a
swamp.
shithole.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's at least an option to camp.
it's a hard place that you can have your back up against at
all
least,
I want.
and you can gain some cover maybe if you were to light a campfire that maybe you wouldn't be like a beacon from all directions.
On a personal level, I hate being ambushed while camping because it feels too personal from all the times I've been ambushed while camping in real life.
I am
know,
excited to learn about this.
When they come and they just start trying to kill you.
Is it
Yeah.
very cold? Is it too cold to sleep without a campfire?
No, actually, there's a strange boggy warmth emanating from the swamp.
Good.
Of like the off gassings are, methane and whatnot. It's like it's strangely warm. There's an odor.
It's enjoyable.
I'm gonna cast light, which is just a cantrip, on the bottle of unknown liquid that I got, so it's a little bit filtered. So at least we can see. We can put a
the
blanket
unknown
over
liquid.
it.
You're making like a weird
violet.
lava lamp.
It's like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
There's like a finger floating in it.
Yeah.
Just like
sweet.
turning.
Squelch, what
ambient.
is this?
Yeah.
Found it.
No, it's perfect. Great.
Cool. Yeah, I think Grath will, set up his bed and build up camp. I don't know, like, have we camped much as a party? Like, do we have a good rapport, all of us? Like, Pip seems to be stealing a lot of the loot. I'm wondering if that's something that's like we all discussed and we're fine with, or has it been something that Pip's been doing, trying to be sneaky about it? Like, what's the play there? I don't know whether we're supposed to be like, what the hell, or how does Pip see themselves?
Okay, everything with Squelch is above board. I asked.
Squelch is above
and
board.
It's nice.
Yeah.
If you guys want to ask me about opals or something, if you saw that, then I'll address
what opals?
it.
What? No, like
I don't feel the need to bring it up.
No, my thinking is we're like months into this, right? And I feel like early on, Gabe and Squelch and I were like, cool, we'll just take Pip's share to offset it. Like, I imagine we tried talking to you about it at the beginning. We're like, we noticed you stealing. You're like, what? No, I didn't. And then like now we're just like, cool, here's Pip's share. We'll just take so you get like $20 of the like $60 we got to like offset what we're doing calculations with in our heads.
That still doesn't make sense. You're still giving her a third.
What did I say? Is it 20 of the 60 that we get?
I don't know if the math is checking out here.
Oh, you mean like everyone else gets 60 and she gets 20,
like we cut out, like we cut off the opal's cost to her pay or his portion.
Grath is like surprisingly like
he was an
perceptive
accountant in another life.
Well, he's old,
of
right? Like old
everyone's
people
share.
give a shit about that stuff. Like he hikes up his short
dragon adventuring shorts.
Yeah, he's like a penny pincher and also
right.
but like he's doing this for money, right? So he's very much like, well, if we get the beer tonight, we shouldn't get pie tomorrow because we he's the dad.
I think if we've had this conversation and you're like, you either have to stop stealing or we're going to like take it out of your share, then I want my full share. But if there's little things like, an opal that you may or may not have seen, then I'll pocket it. But I want my full share.
Yeah. Okay, cool. No, like I think more than anything, I'm wondering what our dynamic this far has been.
Oh, Zia makes a good point. He's a dragon. He cares about his share of the hoard.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like the party's weird enough. Like, so Pippin,
rude.
Pip might like get like extra treasure during the day, and Squelch is definitely filling his pockets with something. So I feel like at the end of the day, when we all like sit down, it's like, okay, pocket check, and you guys are making sure Squelch didn't pick up anything dangerous, and you're making sure that like anything extra that Pip tried to get away with, it kind of comes out.
That's what I mean. Like this is less about loot because this means nothing after the game. Obviously, it's more about I'm curious about the dynamics. Exactly. Like, does Pip like procedurally walk up to the campfire, dump out his pockets, or is it like, you know what I mean, where Gabe and Grath are kind of like, I think those opals were worth maybe 20, or like, is it like, where's the and the same with Squelch. Like I picture Squelch like sleeping in a boot for some reason, you know what I mean? The campfire gives an opportunity to see those characteristics, and I'm curious.
Yeah, I think he will be like, yeah, okay, this is what went in my pocket today, and then just kind of roll his eyes about it, just being like, okay, like a sullen teenager.
Yeah.
Fucking.
What's his name in Wet Hot American Summer?
Paul Rudd.
When he has to pick up his tray and he's like, oh,
I love that scene so
much. Yeah, exactly.
Squelch pulls out of his pocket a thimble, a slice of bread, and a rabbit's foot. Not old, very
not preserved.
Yeah, like a properly recently cut, rotting rabbit's foot.
A pretty good haul today, yes.
And Grath pulls out used tissues.
A candy wrap pot.
And a handkerchief.
I also love the idea that we do pocket check for Squelch after the one time that you pocketed a bomb by accident.
Yes.
Okay. Squelch just pulls out this grenade.
Yeah, it's like a full 1940s grenade. It's like it's not even in lore. It's not lore accurate. You're just like, where the hell did these come from? That's great.
Yeah, Gabe has nothing in his pockets. He's just here for the vibes, and he wants everyone to get along.
Aww, I love 100%. Gabe.
I think we do get along.
Gabe, but I want to see what's in your pockets anyway.
Mint leaves, a puka shell necklace, and
he shows you these every time. It's the same necklace. Still just my necklace, my man.
I can't think of one more douchier thing, but I know rule of threes. Just imagine a
Oh.
douchier thing.
Hacky
Maybe
sack.
Oh,
a hacky
sack.
That's
sack.
exactly
yes.
it.
That's
Yeah.
It's got like a crocheted holy symbol of whatever god you like worship, right? You said
Yeah.
you have it's a light deity,
Lathander.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fucking Lathander hacky.
Lathander hacky.
Peace and love.
Mm-hmm.
Peace and love.
Yeah, righteous.
Yeah, so you guys spend kind of a tense night. You're woken many times by the strange sounds of the land that is you're just bordering on. There are some like strange cawing noises.
There's Grath farting in his sleep.
Grath farting for sure. It's like the rattling of the wind in these strange trees and a groaning sound. And dawn is pale and pink, almost like the sun is struggling to reach you through the clouds of these gases.
How did
Good
everybody
morning.
sleep?
Oh,
Pretty
like
good. Your
a
your
log.
snores. Yes. Oh, you slept like logs sleep very good. They just stay still. I've never seen them move. They must sleep forever.
I honestly though, I can't stop thinking about the fact that you called the bark on Earl pants. And I want bark pants now.
That's a good point.
I think that can be a
Write that
thing.
down.
Thank you. What about you, Pip? How'd you sleep?
Yeah, I didn't really.
Oh no.
Just
Why not?
looking at you guys.
Aww.
Out of love or suspicion.
I think that could either go one of two ways. Or
I thought you were going to go with the psycho sound effect.
I think I got rid of it because it was too
Oh,
jarring.
no. Yeah, it's pretty jarring.
And I think Grath, a little more solemn, is just like, today we might face our death. The Lich King is no easy foe to face. The very real possibility of every other party that entered into this forest was unable to leave because they died is near absolute. We need to be careful, which means also being smart about how we approach this problem. The
Everyone
witches
looks
seem-
at Pip.
I'd also like to bring up that we have something that the other groups don't have.
Zeal?
Love. Love. Love.
Love?
Love.
Love.
Love. Right?
Love.
Yes.
It's
I love you all. You are
I
the
lo-
only family Squelch has ever known.
That's right. Love.
Unless you count that one.
And this
raccoon.
grenade. You're right. We do have something that the others didn't have. A connection. Probably.
Okay, so we're gonna use this love.
It's an acronym for light of violent end. And it's just a glowing orb.
Makes a lot more sense to me, to be honest.
Perfect.
No, I feel
Yeah,
like...
what's your strategy going into the swamp?
Yeah,
We can
I
go
do wanna
meta
have
if you
a
want.
bit of a meta, just because we know the witches are more than likely going to sweep us towards the Lich King. I don't like, personally, going into a situation where we're walking in the front door and we're being announced and stuff like that, especially when we have a rogue in the party. So I'm wondering, especially
Yeah, is
with those...
there a back entrance?
Yeah, take the back door.
the Lich's back door.
The Lich's back
That sounds like
door.
a great fucking bar.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's it.
However, if the witches take us straight there, we might avoid other harmful things that would weaken us before reaching the Lich King.
Also true. Also true. Then I'm wondering if there's a play with the witches. If there's a way that when we approach them or get, whatevered by them. Again, I mean, there may be no answer, but something to think about while we have a moment of respite. My log does not judge. But if there's no ideas, then yeah, we can just push forward. I don't like, preparing spells wise, I don't have anything that I think would jump out in terms of a tricksy solution.
Right. I forgot I can switch my spells.
Yeah,
Now that you guys kind of have a heads up on what's coming.
I have Find Steed,
Perfect.
which I'm renaming as Find Steve,
Because all of your animal companions are named
because all of my
Steve?
companions are named Steve.
Could we capture one witch and make it show us where the back door was?
Absolutely.
Whoa.
That's
Yes.
what I mean.
That's
the
not a
plan.
bad plan.
That's
Yeah.
the plan.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I love about D&D and role-playing is that, sure, we know what the thing is, but then we could do it however the fuck we want. I mean, you got boots of levitate, too, you know? We could, like, weirdly float into the Lich
Oh my
King.
god, it's like he's fucking surfing on the air. It's so on
It's like
brand.
the Silver Surfer? That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like Pip's plan.
Yeah,
I think
that's a great
Grath
plan.
says, if we can find where the witches congregate in these woods, then it might be worthwhile to find a way to separate one and take them so that we can question them and find out. In fact, does anyone have disguise self or anything like that? No subterfuge. I mean,
Yes.
neither.
Ooh.
You do,
Squelch has disguise self.
but I don't.
This
think-
guy's Squelch.
Oh, that's funny. But I don't think you can change
You're welcome.
your size, can you? I
Yes, you
think-
can by 1 foot.
Ooh,
So you could be a smallish witch. So there
Maybe.
might be even
a kind of
child witch.
less
Pip
small
might have
witch.
come across an even like a brilliant, because if we get one, question them, and then have Squelch be them, and then they bring us to the Lich, you know, kind of be like, no, this one's mine.
Oh
blah,
yeah,
blah,
like
blah.
the fake.
Oh,
We do the whole
fake
fake guard
bonds
thing,
and stuff.
right? And then basically we get in
Combo
without any of the
plan.
witches coming.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. I like that.
Carly
Let's
said a
fucking
tiny
go.
witch with a tall hat.
Yeah, just get a really tall hat.
There you go.
Or no, I guess it's
boots of
disguise self, so you
levitation, and
can't
then,
even do it on anybody else.
Long
Bo-
robe.
Boots of levitation, just levitate up.
Long robe.
Yeah,
That's fucking
long
funny.
cloak.
Put on like long pants and just levitate like a foot. Oh my god.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. I
Yes.
love it.
I will
Let's do
lend
that.
you my boots of levitation.
Good.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh,
Love
Emily,
this
I
guy.
just forgot that you have a special magic item that would have allowed you to climb that tree. No fucking problem.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I wasn't
So let's do,
looking.
no, we'll reveal it organically. But
I
I
don't
should
see
have
my magic
stepped
item.
in and
It's
been
really-
like,
oh, equipment. There you go.
Maybe I just wanted to prove I could.
yeah. I mean,
And you did. You did. Cool.
maybe you did.
So we need to find a way to find where the witches would be. I can prepare locate object, which would be a way to perhaps blah blah blah. I also have detect magic. I have find steed. Maybe they use steeds.
Find Steve.
And I could find their steed.
Steve's.
I don't even know what the spell is. I just have it written down.
That's great.
Yeah. I don't have a ton of spells that are super useful for this, except I do have enhanced abilities. So whatever anybody does, I'm going to help you out on that a little bit.
Well,
about as
and,
much as I can do.
and not only that, if we go with this plan, I have as a cantrip Zone of Truth. So, and Zone of Truth, Emily, is a spell that when you cast it, they basically have to tell you the truth.
Ooh,
So-
perfect.
So if we get them, and we, I mean, this is all falling into place. Grath says as he like finishes
So
drawing.
excited.
He's like drawing on the rock wall with a white stone, you know, like the chalk stone or whatever, and he's like finishing drawing, but it's like so juvenile. The drawings, like you see the 70-year-old dragon, and it's like like stick figures and cool.
Okay.
So we just need to find a way to find the witches in a way that doesn't get us.
It should be so easy, no problem.
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
I think we make ourselves known because I think they want to find anybody who comes into the swamp, right?
But then we'll
Yeah.
be losing all of them.
True.
Oh, we can make one of us known.
And then
And then,
Pincer attack?
if one person goes in, if we have a way to, does anyone have Misty Step or Thunder Step or anything that transports?
teleportation type stuff.
Ooh,
Thought about it, didn't.
Okay.
me too.
Who would have thought we'd go this route? You know, you never. know.
Yeah.
I mean, Grath would happily put himself on the line to like get kidnapped and sort of, because then all we really need is, so if one person gets like, you know, approached, then the other three are kind of watching from far. They just need to pick off one of the stragglers and get them behind. And then at that point, if we can do the swapperoo and get Squelch as a disguised person, the disguised person can come back with the other two, take Grath out, and then the three, you know what I mean? Like, there's kind of I feel like this is very Star Warsy. I feel like there's a Star Wars, I don't remember all the Star Wars. There's
one where like they pretend to be
stormtroopers or whatever.
No, I mean like they pretend to be captured.
Yeah. As stormtroopers, probably, right?
We love this movie series.
It's the best. Yeah, I don't know. Or, I mean, Pip could also just take it under their belt to take a look, because you're naturally stealthy.
True.
You have sneak.
Yeah, maybe I can sneak around and try and see if I can see anything, and if not, we can do. Yeah, I can climb whatever I want.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't work, we can go with the kidnapping plan.
I mean, put it this way. If the witches scour this forest to get everyone who passes, either this forest is small or there are a lot of them. Both work within our favor. So to me,
it's the smallest swamp.
No, but like, you know what I mean? If they're going to find people, then they have to do patrols. It should be as easy to find them as it would be for them to find us.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
That's like, how far can a dog run into the forest before it's like, there's a half.
I don't know what our plans are for the day, but Squelch has something that can just like definitely attract their attention fairly quickly from fairly far away.
Is it a grenade?
It is a 100-foot long bolt of lightning.
Oh,
Ooh.
Wow.
That's
that
one of my highest spell slot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Pip, honestly, with their abilities and their stealth, I think could easily spend an hour or 2 or 3 while we hang out here and scout. I mean, there's no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, we're technically under no clock in the game, meaning we could theoretically spend 3 days camped here while we, you know what I mean? Like,
you would think the witches would come eventually.
Yeah, no? Well, that's what I mean. There's no impetus on us to be like, we gotta go now or they'll kill the hostages. Like, there's just kind of, we're in one of those times where it's like, I'm tired anyway. I could go for another nap. I just woke up.
It's fucking 8:30 in the morning and Grat's ready.
But I got up at 4.
It sounds good. I mean, if need be to draw attention after Pip goes scouting, we can just make a big fire. Yeah, smokestack goes real high.
No, we don't want to get attention. No, listen, Squelch. At this point, we're going the other way. Subterfuge.
Oh, okay. Well, then we will not start fire.
As he pulls the flint out of his pocket.
All right,
Cool.
so
I like
Pip
that
is
plan.
going to go in stealth and do some scouting.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on you.
Smart.
Do you want better dexterity for stealth, better wisdom for perceiving, or better intelligence for investigating? And you only have an hour with it.
Okay. Can someone help me?
Stealth. In dexterity, I think.
But you're
the most
probably
important.
already super good at it.
She's +7, which is good, but it's not.
Yeah. Let's take it to the next level.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to cast Cat's Grace on you. So you have advantage on your stealth checks.
What does it look like when you cast spells, Jay?
I think that I get the hacky sack out and I insist that everybody does a round with me, and then eventually, the hacky sack starts lighting up, but the looks like stained glass is kind of like pouring through, and that's my like symbol of the light, and it's totally righteous.
Nice.
And like the entire party's gotten so good at hacky sack.
Yeah. We're all
Not
so
grab.
good.
He like grabs it and then he like mimes it bouncing off his leg and then he hands it.
But you have to participate or
Yeah, I
else the
have
spell
to.
does not
It
work.
doesn't work. That's what I said
Or
anyway.
I like the idea that I was gonna say that's what you said. I like the idea that it's entirely unrelated to the spell, but you like to do it every time. Is the only
No,
way you
it
get us to
totally
play.
doesn't work unless we all give it our 100%.
I'm trying my best.
It's all about creating the right vibe, man.
Yeah.
My knees
vibes.
don't crack. They don't bend. I'm old. I don't know. Old people things. Cool.
You're getting old. You're getting there.
Also, Emily, you can hide as a bonus action, which is really important during combat and perhaps sneaking, just to talk about in.
I can hide.
Yeah. In fact, when you're hidden, you do your sneak attack damage. So pretty much anytime we come into combat, hiding is one of the first things you should do, unless someone else is like sword to sword fighting with them.
You can also, I believe, hide behind your companions.
Exactly. I was going to say, and additionally, because you have your, I think it's halfling nimbleness?
Yes,
No.
I have that.
Yes.
I have halfling nimbleness.
It's one of these skills that you have allows you to hide behind someone who's one size taller. So you can hide behind me or Gabe while we're in combat.
And then
That's what I
pop
was gonna-
out and fuck them up.
So it's stuff to keep in mind. You're not going to need to do it right now, but I'm just getting excited for...
Yeah, not to wreck on it, but that's what I would have done. I would have hidden in our last encounter. Anyway.
Perfect.
Love it. All right. So, Pip, you head out alone into this stinking swampland, this new area that you've never explored. How do you feel leaving your companions behind?
I feel relieved because I'm going into stealth mode, and my companions are not the most versed in stealth. And so...
Yeah, everyone's in like this heavy armor, and Squelch doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. And
yeah, so I'm feeling a little like, oh, I can finally like walk as quickly or lightly or as I want. And this is a nice little moment of reprieve for me.
there are these patches of tall reeds that rattle against each other in the wind. They are razor sharp on their edges as you're trying to travel in them, maybe for some cover. They are extremely tall, though, and you're able to move between them without too much notice. These leafless trees with black bark are twisted, and between these patches of reeds and these trees in the lower areas, the bogs are emitting these noxious clouds of gases. You find that you have to hold your breath as you're traveling through them, or else you start to feel lightheaded and dizzy in these low-lying areas. You walk for maybe 40 minutes or an hour before you begin to see that overhead, just to the east of where you're walking, there are a circle of these large vultures in the sky. They seem to be hovering over, I guess they're not hovering like helicopters or something, but they're like flying in a big, wide circle over a particular area in the landscape.
Yeah, so that's going to be some dead bodies. So the witches would probably be near the dead bodies, so probably start going that direction.
Rock and roll. How are you traversing this landscape? What's your style? Are you like striding boldly, like sticking to the shadows, stealthing, right?
I'm trying to stealth, so
yeah.
Whatever shadows, whatever cover there is, I'm gonna try and go for it.
Roll a stealth check for me.
Okay.
With advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask for math help, but okay, so I rolled an 18.
Amazing.
Wow. So yeah, that's 25.
And because it's with advantage, you can roll again. So anytime you're rolling with advantage, that's twice and taking the higher.
Okay, the second one was 15.
Cool. So you rolled an 18 plus 7 for your stealth check. Is 20, blah, blah, blah. 25.
25.
Yeah, you are as a shadow passing the moon, silent and unobserved. Ooh, but not that loud.
Very loud. That was just your cape fluttering.
Ooh, I like that. Let me drop you on a new fucking map.
Oh no.
God. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Up ahead of you, there is a huge set of bones, as if a dinosaur vertebrae is just coming up out of the ground. And underneath that, a walkway, a wooden walkway, weaves in and out of the mud of this swamp. Beyond that, there is a large tree trunk with these twisted root system that's grabbing what little purchase it can up out of the swamp. And in and amongst this tree trunk, you see that there are 3 figures sitting, and they seem to be singing some kind of eerie song. You do
What
not
does
seem.
the fox say?
Da, 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 da. They don't seem to have seen you yet. What do you do?
Can I like look around to try and see if there's any other groups besides just these three?
Definitely roll a perception check. So D20 plus 7.
Okay, so 11 and then plus 7, so 18.
Nice.
You don't see any other groups of these witches, though. You do see that there are, again, these vultures in the sky. And with your high perception, as you observe this group of witches, this small coven, see one of them look up at the vulture, and the vulture does like a little bird, like, hey, what's up? Nod at her.
No.
So it would seem that these birds are connected to the witches on the ground. This, you would gather now, is how they're able to scout for possible victims.
Okay. Well, this makes our stealth plan more difficult. Can I like
You said
sort
it
of
was about an hour away from where the rest of the party is.
That's right.
Okay, well, I don't think I definitely don't want to come into confrontation with them by myself because I don't think that'll go well for me.
No.
But maybe I could try and scout the camp a little bit and see if there's anything to steal. That could be.
This is going to be great.
Priorities.
Live your truth. Keep going.
Well, put it this way. You do exactly what you and Pip would do. But to put it in context, because I know you've played very little D&D, this is definitely a dangerous situation. And typically, characters can see as far as you can. So, however that, you know what I mean? However you want to feel about that, you do exactly what you want. I just want to inform you.
Okay, I just like...
The plan was, though, to get one of you guys, like, capture. Oh, no.
100%.
No, you wanted
we
you
wanted
wanted
to
to
go
capture
together.
one of them. Never mind.
Yeah, our backup was to get one of the people captured. But if I get captured, I suppose I get captured.
What is this?
But I guess, okay, I just want to get a little bit closer just to see if there's anything around that could help us out. So just like, I'm not going to go all the way up to them, but maybe a little closer to that big skeleton thing. That's
How
all.
close do you want to go?
Oh,
Like, up to the boardwalk, or...
yeah, maybe up to the boardwalk.
Up to the boardwalk.
Okay. As you approach, I want you to make another stealth check. Now, this would be with disadvantage because you are getting quite close to these aerial vultures. However, because you currently have advantage on your stealth check, it's going to be straight up and down. So the advantage and the disadvantage cancel each other out.
Okay. Okay, so I got a 9 plus. Do I still get a plus 7?
Yeah.
Plus
so
7. Okay. Now, what I'm doing now is it's a contested roll, right? It's going to be your stealth versus the perception of these creatures.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. You creep closer under the shadow of this huge vertebrae, of this long dead creature. And again, it seems like you are undetected. Or if you have been detected, they're keeping it pretty close to the chest.
Can I can I hear
You can
what they're
move your
singing,
dude.
or-
I'm going to put you right about there.
So can I hear what they're singing at all? Anything useful besides I know about the vultures now, but
You know about the vultures. The song is a creepy song about eating children
great. Okay.
and about how much they love they love blood.
Awesome.
You're learning a lot
Question
about
mark?
the blood that they love.
It's an exposition song.
Yeah.
We
nothing about,
perform
like-
for the Lich King.
Yeah. They're like they're singing about the directions.
No one will know
They're
that
singing-
we.
They're singing about so they know like the secret password to get into the Lich King, and they've come up with like a mnemonic song to help them remember.
It's like a really poorly written movie from like, the 80s.
But the important information that you do glean actually from getting close here is that there is sucking mud that is all around this encampment of the witches. And you can see now that the boardwalk is actually the only safe way of traversing this mud. And that if you were to walk some other way around to try to get to this tree island area, you would become entrapped in
Okay.
this
So
landscape.
that's very good to know.
Yes.
Okay.
And there are like
I-
bones of animals all stuck up out of this fucking mud, like super scary.
It's
and there's
super
nothing
scary.
immediately shiny that would.
No.
There's
In
a
fact,
hand in the mud with a single ring.
no, you know what? Let me roll on it. This is D&D, and this could be a place for Trage. We want to just give it a second.
Trage.
In case. Okay, I'm going to roll on it.
It's a trap.
Yeah, dude. There's a thing in the mud beside you. So you see how there's like little tufts of grass kind of sticking up out of the sand and the muck beside you on either side, kind of laying just by your left foot. It's half covered in mud. There is a small box that is made of wood, and it's just glimmering a tiny bit on the lid. There's this inlay of metal, and it's tarnished and it's worn with time. Looks like it's been sitting there for a very long time. But you do find this. It's about maybe 8 inches long by 2 inches deep, and it's this little box that's like half sunk into the mud.
I feel like I'm probably aware that it's a trap, but I still want to go for it.
You take it.
Yeah.
You take the box.
Yeah. I think I do.
Awesome. You pick up the box and nothing happens. You have a box.
Okay, I'm retreating now.
Okay. Scoot backwards. Great. You retreat. You are unobserved by these vultures. Congratulations.
Sweet.
What do you do?
Head back to the party
Okay.
Nice.
and put the box in my pocket.
Oh,
Do you check what's in the box, or you just put it in? You're like, great, and now I got a box.
I'll check it. I'm not checking it out there because I'm still too close to the vultures, and I want to get away somewhere where I'm safe.
Okay.
I think I'm casually talking to the other party members, being like, totally apropos, nothing, but I did not stock Revivify today, so
Just in case you guys are
just in
wondering,
case.
I did not.
not on deck.
I feel like Grath is just like, I got revivified once. You never hear an adventure
That was
talking
me.
about that? Oh,
That was
that's
me
right.
last week.
And that was just because I slept too heavily. I didn't need it, actually.
I don't
I
know.
still owe you
You,
500
Still owe me for the diamonds.
Yeah. Or how much is
you,
it,
you
500
were
diamonds?
sleeping and snoring, and then you weren't snoring, and it didn't look like you were breathing.
I have
so-
sleep apnea, or as we call it, dragon. I got nothing. I have nothing.
The three of you are heavy in conversation with whatever bullshit you're talking about right now. As you turn around, you see that Pip has actually emerged from the woods and has been standing beside you for who knows how long, the way that Pip is only wont to do. Safe and secure, and with the secret knowledge that at pocket check this evening, should you survive that long, he has found an ancient box, and hidden within that, a strange pendant with a gem clasped inside, a small pouch. It's okay. There's a small pouch with 2 gemstones and a piece of paper upon which some words are scrawled that he cannot read. And I think we're going to leave it there for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This was a blast.
Yeah.
More I think more to come. We got to finish this story. I want to know what happens.
When a one-shot becomes a two-shot.
And a one-shot becomes a two-shot becomes a podcast.
Mitosis.
As is tradition around here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you hugely to Jay and Emily for hanging out with us tonight.
Great job, both of you.
Thank you as always to James as well. My love, my friend. Love him.
Love you,
His
James.
new sound effects. Well, not that one. That sounds sad. If you like this, make sure you come back next week. We're going to continue. And don't forget, InvictusCon this weekend. You can see Jay on a panel. You can also hang out with a bunch of people and hang out with us and blah, 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 blah,
Go
blah.
listen to Parkdale Haunt.
Go listen to
Go
Parkdale
listen to
Haunt,
Planet Arcana.
Planet Arcana, Dimension Door,
Dice Shame.
Malevolent, and also come to InvictusCon. That's it from us, ladies and gentlemen. As James always likes to say,
Good night, everybody. Have good sleep.